All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our third and final game of the night here. We dropped all the way down to Div D, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be any less exciting here. We've got Omega on the cast, who you weren't even going to be here until like 5 minutes ago. That was news to me, so hello.
Hello there.
Did you happen to catch any other matches earlier tonight?
Yeah, I was watching both of them on my other monitor, so I was just grinding some twos.
Nice, nice, nice. I like it. I like it. Well, we are going to be kind of not jumping right into this one, but, you know, just getting over, talking about all the stats and stuff, because we've got our Spaced Out versus D-Stroyers, which, I'm just going to say it right now. This is probably going to be a one-sided match on paper. But again, we've had that happen in the past, and, you know, things didn't always work out. But we've got, like I said, Spaced Out and D-Stroyers. D-Stroyers sitting at 3-1 on the season, Spaced Out at 1-2. So, but what's interesting is D-Stroyers' winning percentage, even though they have a 3-1 record, they're only at 55%. So they go to the to Game 5 a lot.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it looks like their series that they lost was maybe just like a 3-0 loss, and everything else was a 3-2 win.
That would be my guess exactly on that situation.
Yeah, that 55%, it ties exactly what Cosmic Cats are at, and they're only 1-1.
Yeah, no, it's honestly interesting to see how the winning percentage. We'll see if it actually, you know, tells the story of the season here. But we're gonna, like I said, quickly go through these teams. D-Stroyers sit at 3-1, and again, no one's got above a 0.75 goals per game. It's a little more team-oriented here, but we did have KM King making the jump. Well, sort of jump. He was in Div D last season, but staying in Div D with Mr. Miko and Futago, having fun, sitting pretty much almost on top of the world here in Div D, seeing if they can go to 5-1 on the season. 4-1, sorry.
Yeah, they're off to a great start so far.
All right. Spaced Out. What are we thinking on the stats here? What's standing out? Because again, this team's only played 3 games, so they have already had their bye, and they're slacking a little bit on their on the stats here.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first thing that jumps out to me was Spaced Out. It's just the wide variety in shooting percentages. You have Pat Down with the unfortunate 14% coming out from him, and then Paco right next to him, his first pick in the draft, is leading all of Div D with a 52%. How do you go from 14% to 52% on the same team? Like, that's just kind of bonkers to me.
It is interesting to see how that works. Well, especially because, you know, Pat Down is the captain. Like, he picked his team, Paco and Drewski, and they're outscoring him. They're putting up more saves than him. They're basically all the exact same in terms of shots per game. So we'll see if they can clutch on this one. But I'm curious, who do you have taken this one? Because personally, I'm going with D-Stroyers. I already put my money on them, but I'm 1-1 on the night, so I'm just hoping I can go positive.
Yeah, I think I'll go against you on that one. I'm going to pick Spaced Out in 5.
Hold on one second. We're missing a player, and no one seems to want to invite them. So we'll see what happens. Yes, Mr. Miko, you do in fact get the K-Tool purse in this situation. Oh, and thank you for finally inviting your teammate. So great job on that one. But predictions are going to be closing in just a minute, so make sure you guys are getting them out there. Again, Spaced Out is in fact going to be the underdog in this situation, but we'll see if they can in fact take a win and again go 2-2 on the season. They'd be sitting at 50%, so not bad at all in terms of going into the latter half of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Plenty of time left to turn the season around, and the regular season's really only just for seeding in playoffs, so a team's beginning form in the season is really not comparable to where they are in the playoffs, and in the playoffs you just got to show off that you're the best team there.
True. Definitely gotta agree with that one. So looks like all the players are ready, so we are going to be getting into this one. Like I said, predictions are ending in just about a minute, so make sure you guys are getting those in. I am going to go D-Stroyers 3-0. I think this is going to be a dominant series from this team here.
Fair enough.
We'll see if I'm right. A lot of times I'm not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
You've been doing pretty good this season, though, in all respects.
Thank you. That's what I like to hear.
I was gonna say, it goes against what you typically are known for with caster curses, but
dude, that's what I'm saying. Something's just happening that's weird here. But I am going to fix the overlay real quick. Bear with.
Yeah, we got Cam King on the offensive, trying to get the ball past the spaced out defenders, but they're not quite able to. Pat down. It's going to get a good boom, try to follow it up here. Mr. Miko's just going to control it into the corner. See a high shot from Pat down, but a double commit save there from Futago and KM King. But Paco's there to just slot that one in and spaced out, take a 1-0 lead in game one.
We saw double committing on the goal line here, Futago and KM King, and then Paco just coming in, slamming that one. Mr. Miko not able to get up, and that, I think, is going to be one of the biggest themes of the night is how many double commits on defense do we see from both teams, and then can the other team capitalize quickly?
Yeah, I mean, it's Div D, so not all of the comms are maybe there, and just miscommunications, and maybe you just don't have a whole lot of trust in your teammates sometimes. They look a little awkward, and you decide to go with them. Double commits are definitely very big at this skill level. But yeah, we saw it there. Curious to see how many times it happens the rest of the series. As Paco's going to try to flick it. See a double commit there again from KM King and Futago. This seems to be a common theme early out here in game one.
Yeah, like I said, I have a feeling it's going to be happening a lot here. Mr. Miko rocking the dominance. KM King sitting on the boost here. He's driving in reverse, but then whiffs the ball completely. And Paco, that is going to be, again, capitalizing on some awkward driving from KM King.
Yeah, I mean, so far he's 2 for 2. The shooting percentage, you know, league leading in Div D. It's showing.
Showing indeed. It also does help when, you know, you get gifts from the other team. We are now a minute and a half into this game. Pat down missing the boost there. Miko centering this one. Drewski with a good clear. Is that going all the way? Futago is last back. Does get a touch here. As this centers, can Pat down get another one? That's going to be going a little bit wide here. Good bump. KM King now. 1v2 situation, trying to squeeze it through the defenders. Pat down. Going high here. Trying to look anyone center, but no one is anywhere near able to be passed to you.
Yeah, Drewski's going to try to get control of this ball. Not quite able to. Pat down's going to send this one straight back mid. KM King's there. He's going to try to control a little bit here. Goes flying. Gets a 50 with Drewski. This one's back to Miko. Just going to try to stay right on top of it. He's not going to be able to keep control of the ball. This Pat down's going to send it booming towards the Div D-Stroyers half. Drewski's going to hit it out towards the net. We see another double commit there from the Div D-Stroyers, and can Paco capitalize on it? That's just an unfortunate bounce.
It is indeed, as we see Drewski flying it on this one. Pat down pops it up. Can Paco get a shot on target? Going to be going way wide. We see a chance, though, again. We're seeing good chances from the second and third man from spaced out. Coming in early for these follow-up clears. Futago trying to get around one. Is going to go mid. Can he find a follow-up? He cannot. Double commit. This is a wide open net. Does it fall down? KM King can't get it, but Futago does clutch up.
Yeah, it was an interesting little bounce off the top left of the post here. I don't know if I would have been able to read that from the angle I was seeing it. The defender was not quite able to, and that one's going to roll in for the Div Destroyers, but spaced out, still have a lead with just over 2 minutes left in game one.
Calculated whiffs coming in. Paco flying out. This one, Miko, going to be a heat-seeking missile on one. Oh, I thought for a second it was wide open, but somehow Pat down does, in fact, get the touch here. Can we just talk about this car? I think it's like the Ronin that Futago's using. I might be totally off on that one. I have not seen this car in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I saw that car either. I think you might be right, but I'm not really sure which one it is either. That's a great touch from Mr. Miko. It's going to find its way in the net.
Mr. Miko, we talked about touches from the dominance here. Gets one touch, actually slow plays it, and gets the doink on the top pat down. Actually, almost an own goal. I think that was going to go posted out, but at that close to the net, there's really, you know, you got to just hope and pray that it doesn't.
Yeah, it's a very threatening attack, and some dominance on dominance action came out there. This pat down is also in the dominance. We see a lot of more interesting cars. I guess maybe not interesting. The dominance isn't very interesting, but you know, in the higher divisions, you always see just a bunch of Octane and Fennec generally. So It's pretty cool to see a bunch of other cars.
It's
As I'm
built
talking
different.
about it,
This is what I'm saying. This is why the Dominus is the best car in the game, and anyone who's not using it is just a fool. This man, Miko, just absolutely destroying Paco on this 50, and D-Stroyers now 3 unanswered goals. The minute 20 left.
Yeah, that is completely correct there. They've come back. They're trying to get a 4th here on the kickoff. Not quite able to. Pat Down's gonna have an unfortunate miss there. Nobody's there to put another shot on net. Paco gets a favorable 50. Can Pat Down follow it up? He has no boost. Drewski is gonna hit this one back towards the net. It's gonna drop down, and all 3 Destroyers are there, and they all kind of go for the ball at the same time. We keep talking about the double commits. That one was almost a triple commit.
I like to see out of my Div D boys. We see a back wall read. Paco, can he find his shot on target? But Futago, again, doing a good job as a first man. Just to throw a hand up. Just try to get in the way. Mr. Miko, tactical with Futago now. Trying to get up on number 1. Paco with a good 50. 30 seconds left. This is desperation time for Spaced Out. And we see a lot of whiffs. 1, 2, 3, 4 whiffs in a row. Do we see 5 as Cam King finally finds a touch on this ball?
Yeah, Pat Down's going to try to get a shot towards net. Not quite able to. It's going to be cleared away. And time's really starting to run out. Drewski gets a touch there. Paco and Pat Down double commit on that ball. And Futago's going to hit it towards net. Drewski with a good clear. This one's going to keep going forward. What can Pat Down do with it? He's going to try to catch it. Passes it out to the left, but nobody's there, and the game's going to end.
Destroyers coming back with 3 unanswered goals to take game 1 here. And I did say that I'm guessing this is, in fact, going to be a 3-0. And Destroyers, they scared me a little bit. Not a lot of shots. They went 3 for 4, which is pretty impressive and something you don't see very often. But Spaced Out, I think they really had their good chances here. Destroyers might take a little bit to get warmed up here, but I think just in general, maybe a little bit of stream nerves, because I think I saw more whiffs than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, we commented on it a lot throughout that game. Just the double commits again and again and again. It only really hurt them once or twice, though. So I'm curious to see how many more times we see double commits that get capitalized on by Spaced Out.
There's only so many times you can double commit and it not bite you in the butt. And there's only so many times you can mess up a kickoff and not have someone make fun of Tyler.
That's a perfect segue there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Drewski just gets there before everybody hits it over the defender, and yeah, it's gonna go right in the net. Spaced Out, starting this game off again with a very early lead.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. Again, they got a lead in game 1, ended up losing it 3 in a row. See Paco now going off the corner. A little bit of awkward touch here. Drewski trying to get a touch over 1. We see a good control from Futago. Flick over 1. He's got full boost. Can he get this one centered? He's got Cam King ready. But a good defensive stand. Shot on targets. Mr. Miko, can Drewski get to that? He does get the touch just barely to the corner. Cam King now going to be last back. He's got plenty of boost to go for this one. Futago actually ends up cutting this one. We're seeing a lot of clears that just aren't going, I think, as far as they want them to. Mr. Miko's Dominus v Dominus action. Paco up so early, so fast in the air. Futago, though, taking his time, going off the ceiling. The ball, these guys are flying it around. They have absolutely stepped up the pace here in game 2.
Yeah, for sure. Game 1, we say it literally every time. Or maybe I say it every time. It's a feeler game. You're kind of just adjusting to your opponent's play style and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And it seems like both teams have kind of figured out that they need to play faster than the other team. That's what we're seeing so far, but Drewski's going to try to take control of this ball, booms it away, and Futago's just going to boom it away right back. Goes for the double. Can't quite find it. That was a pretty close angle there. Pat Down's going to try to bring it to the other side. Can't quite get a touch on the wall. Drewski with a good boom. And Miko's going to try to read this. Maybe he can get the double tap, and Pat Down's going to hit it away.
Paco with a chance now. Futago pops it up. Can Cam King get to it? He stops it. Is it going to be on target? No, it's not. Paco, though, off the sidewall. Mr. Miko. Shot's going to go wide. Pat Down's going to be able to take his time here. He actually centers this one. Mr. Miko somehow wasn't able to read that one, but they are getting away with murder, and this is an open net going the other way.
Yeah, it's a great save from Miko to keep that one out of the net here. Paco's going to try to keep the pressure on, but cannot quite find a touch on the ball. Cam King's going to try to flick it around Drewski. This one's going to go straight to the other corner. There's a bit of a boomer there. Drewski's going to try to get a demo or a bump. Does get one on Futego, but Mr. Miko's just busy clearing it away, so that bump really doesn't do anything for them.
Pat down, trying to send this one to pocket. We see going for a lot of demos. Shot potential happening. Again, we're seeing so many chances and just like potential shots from like midfield or kind of the opponent's third that no one's really getting on target. So I think just a little bit of lack of shot accuracy. Futego now going to be taking a 50 up and over one. KM King going for bumps. He's got 0 boost. Drewski ends up centering him. Mr. Miko, this is going to be going high. Is anyone going to be able to read the center ball here? KM King and Mr. Miko double committing. Neither one of them, again, getting the touch they wanted.
Yeah, Paco's going to try to get the touch he wants onto the net, and he also can't find it. Drewski's last back for spaced out. He's going to control it. Some good control. Gets it out to the left. Paco's going to turn on it right away, and he's going to back away. It's a lot of space between everybody and the ball. And Pat Down's going to try to go for the shot. It's a little bit to the right here. Nico's going to try to read this off the corner, and he does. This one's going to be off the backboard, and Paco's there with a great clear. Neither team really is seeming to put on a lot of shots or keep control of the ball so far here in this game, too.
Chance here. Futego is trying to center this one. We're seeing the third from D-Stroyers playing super, super defensive. KM King trying to go for a solo play. Tries to flip into this one. Just a little bit off target here. Pat Down, though, does pop it dangerously. Is anyone there? Where's the second man from D-Stroyers?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that there wasn't anybody else there from D-Stroyers, but Futego is just going to stay right on top of it as the first man. He's going to turn around again and just keep challenging this ball. I mean, hey, I guess it's working out for him. They got a lot of pressure right now. But Pat Down's going to try to get that boost. Very unfortunate miss here as the spaced out offense might stall out.
KM King with a chance. That's a ripper on target. Can Paco get back to this? He does. Calm, cool, and collected on the corner, but ends up bumping his teammate Futego. Going for a solo play. Tries a flicky. He's trying to bait in one. Mr. Miko around one, though. They're playing a dangerous game. Spaced out with 40 seconds left. This is a wide open target. Futego, he misses it. D-Stroyers had their chance and spaced out. They might only need one goal to get a win here.
Yeah, you hope to see the missed open net. I've done it way too many times, and I'm sure you have too, K-Tool. It's just so unfortunate to see here, especially when it's just a one-goal game and all they need is that one goal to go in. But they're certainly going to keep trying here. It's a great touch from Drewski out to the corner, and Paco might get a boom towards net. This one's going to be a little bit to the right. But for now, I think they're just trying to play keep away.
Ooh, chance here. Drewski does get it centered. Futego does put it down with 4 seconds left. They have to keep this ball up, and this is actually the worst position for D-Stroyers as that ball is going to hit the ground and spaced out, tying up the series.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game, but at the end of the day, the one goal was a kickoff goal right at the beginning. So
yeah, right? This was just an ugly game from everything. Like, you're telling me that with a kickoff goal, we only had 6 shots total?
Yeah, it's a little rough, but yeah, I think both teams just need to keep control of the ball a little bit more and kind of keep more pressure, and just instead of keeping on booming the ball back and forth, kind of just collecting themselves and really setting up an attack.
Well, we'll see if that does in fact come to fruition here, as we do not start off with a kickoff goal here. So we are, in fact, already doing better than last time. Drewski going to miss this one. Paco, I don't think is going to read this one. Can we see Futego actually gets the perfect center? Pat Down drops this one to the corner. KM King jumping for this one. Who's going to be center for that one? Mr. Miko opts to wisely back away. I like him not going so early, as we see him being just bullied, beaten, and battered. We're seeing this game getting more and more physical with bumps and demos from both teams.
Yeah, that's something we haven't really talked a whole lot about is bumps and demos. Of course, some players are more demo heavy than others. When you think of demo heavy players, Grayskull comes to mind. But yeah, no, they can be very, very essential to putting up some offense here. As Miko's going to try to get a great shot. Futego might find an opening. Miko's going to crossbar it. Oh, no.
Boys, what are we doing? This is Div D, not Div E. Come on. I saw Div E game last time, and they looked clean with it. I am expecting you guys to make a stand with your division here.
Yeah, just an unfortunate crossbar there, but a great pass from Miko straight to Futago. That was a great play.
Yeah, we love to see that one. Miko right down. That is such a good passing play to Futago. They're on such low boost, but finding that bottom corner, D-Stroyers, you know, I just kind of crapped on their division. They clap back with a gorgeous, gorgeous passing play.
Yeah, you don't see passing plays like that too much in these lower divisions. Typically, you just send it across the sidewall and hope it gets to your teammate. But as I say that, Pat Down's going to shut me up and put a quick one on net.
Angle view coming out from him. I thought that for sure Mr. Miko was going to get back on that one, but caught just a little bit too far back. Spaced out, only taking about 10 seconds to tie this one back up.
Yeah, the momentum doesn't really seem to be leaning towards one team here so far in this game 3. Arguably, it's the most important game of the series because whoever takes this will go to match point. Pat Down wants to see that happen. Booms it up to a teammate, and Paco gets the angle, but what a save from KM King.
Going the other way, Drewski's in such an awkward spot. Can Futago find the shot? No, he cannot. KM King now taking his time, trying to get it around one. We see double commits from Drewski and Paco. Mr. Miko so far back with no boost. Paco with a shot on target. Gonna be wide. Futago and KM King. A little bit of a double commit. KM King up and under one. Pat Down centers it right to Futago. Can he get a shot on target? We see double commits again. This is going to be incredibly awkward, but what a save from Paco.
Yeah, it's a great save. Paco had one of his great shots saved by someone else, so he decides to save somebody else's shot with a great save there.
Just a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, just a little bit here, but KM King's going to 50 this one out to the corner. If you're spaced out, you're just looking to get the ball out of danger. This one's just going to go straight mid, but a great clear from Paco. He's going to try to follow it up with no boost. This one's going to go out mid, but Mr. Miko's going to get a pretty good clear here as both teams just seem to be booming the ball back and forth again.
Hey, but the biggest difference is they're getting better contact with their booming clears versus last game. They just couldn't seem to get any contact with it.
Yeah, it's very true. Futago's going to try to control it, tries to get it around Paco. It's a great 50 for spaced out. Pat Down's going to try to get this one back mid. A bit of a team bump. Futago's there to save the day and get the ball away. Drewski's going to hit this one towards the net, but Mr. Miko, he's been everywhere for D-Stroyers. He's there for that save too.
Paco now with 0 boost. We see Futago. This is a chance for a counterattack. He's got no boost to work with. He's trying to go for an air dribble. Gets almost a fake under one. KM King now. Can he find a solo play or at least a shot on target? Bailing out. We see Paco gets it actually faked out. Mr. Miko now trying to set this one. Pat Down and Drewski. A little bit of a double commit here. Mr. Miko did fly in. Futago now trying to get it around one. Pat Down getting a good 50 with KM King. KM King looking for a pass, but this is now dangerous going the other way.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be on net for a second, but it wasn't quite. It's a great demo from Paco, opening up the way for Drewski to put spaced out on top.
Yeah, Mr. Miko's going to want that clear back. It goes directly to the mid, and then we saw Futago get demoed for the effort. So now 2-1 in favor of spaced out. And again, they're now under a minute left. This game is going by quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, the whole series has gone by quick. It's been pretty fun to cast so far. Pat Down's going to try to clear it, gets it over one, tries to get the follow-up. Miko with a bit of an unfortunate miss. Paco's right there trying to put some pressure on. Pat Down's going to hit it out mid. Drewski's up from a mile away. He went from backcourt there. KM King's going to try to get it out. Pat Down with a bit of an unfortunate miss. Paco's just going to 50 this one out mid. The ball just does not want to leave this D-Stroyers half.
No, it does not. Futago going to be faking out one with Pat Down. We see more fakes happening. KM King probably going to get a booming clear here. Lines it up and gets immediately dunked by Pat Down. I think both teams are starting to expect the other team to boom it every single time.
Yeah, it was a very fortunate touch there from, I think, Pat Down. Both he and Drewski were up very far on offense. It could have been a very, very not good scenario for them, for lack of a better term.
Good pass opportunity, though. We're seeing D-Stroyers, I think, are getting a little bit more creative than spaced out. But again, demos are happening more and more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little too late. I mean, I might be speaking a little early. Game's not over till it's over. But this is going to hit the ground spaced out. They're going to take a 2-1 series lead here.
We're seeing in the cams from D-Stroyers, they're panicking a little bit. We're seeing a lot of frustration visually on the cam. So might be battling the mental side versus the spaced out team coming in. You're thinking like, hey, we should win this game. You know, I thought D-Stroyers should be doing a lot better, but I just think they cannot figure out the whiffing situation. They're getting a lot of decent clears, but the second man is just too far back right now.
Yeah, I do want to say, though, at least they have seemed to clean up the double commits a bit. We haven't been noticing those as much ever since game 1, so that's always a good thing.
True. They did, in fact, clean that up. Double commits getting a lot better. The question is now going into game 4. Do we see D-Stroyers force a game 5, or do Spaced Out get a win here in 4?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to who gets the first pressure right away. I mean, the last 2 games both started out with a Spaced Out goal, and Spaced Out would take both games. I think Spaced Out scored first for all of the games, but they did not take game 1. Cam King's just going to get this one out mid to a teammate. Miko's there for the shot, but it's a great save from Drewski. Futego's going to hit this one right back to the midfield, and Pat Down runs out of boost there. Cam King beats Paco, but he cannot find another touch on this ball. Miko's going to try to get a touch here, and Drewski's just going to clear it out right away.
Drewski with no boost. Pat Down's the only one on this team that has any boost at all, but you're seeing how much space he's able to bring the ball across field before he actually gets challenged.
Yeah, for sure. Futego's going to try to just challenge Paco there. Hit of a hang up on each other there.
Oh,
and
no,
Paco's going to save his own shot. Oh, no.
No. We're going the other way. Futego, does this go in? Tries to get a 50. That would have been an insane counterattack, but still, Paco with the team save.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. It's right there. You try your best to not touch it, and you still touch it anyways. So it's a feels bad moment right there.
We've all been there. We've all done that way too many times.
100% here. Is Paco's just going to clear this one out. He's going to roll all the way down to the D-Stroyers side. Cam King's going to clear it out, and Paco is going to get a bit of an unfortunate 50.
Say it's not a good touch. Can Futego get a fake on one or maybe a flick? We see Mr. Miko and Cam King just floating around. Mr. Miko, good clean half flip, but a little awkward first touch. Gets a low 50 on Pat Down. Again, Dominus on Dominus. We see demos galore happening. Neither team able to find the ball through the smoke.
Yeah, Juicy's going to try to hit this one. Can't quite get there. Pat Down's going to push shot on net, and that's going to roll in.
KM King not able to find the touch here. Drewski with the fake, which faked out Futego, and then KM King caught in no man's land. Mr. Miko thought KM King was going to hit it. We're seeing, again, frustration in the cams coming out from D-Stroyers.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they've just had so many games that just feels so close, but yet so far. It really drains on you when you're right there, but you just can't quite make it happen.
I'm going to call it right now. If D-Stroyers don't get the next goal, it's GG spaced out win. I think there's too much mental riding on this next goal for D-Stroyers.
Yeah, it's very fair. And this one's going to pinch right in front of the net. It's a great opportunity. And KM King with a bit of an unfortunate miss there. Miko's just going to hit this one out to Pat Down. It's a bit of a one-on-one, but he's out of boost. This one's going to go straight back towards their side. As Pat Down gets a 50. Spaced Out's trying to keep pressure here. It's a great bump onto Miko. Paco's going to hit this one out to the side. Drewski, can he follow it up? He can. He's going to control it a bit. Gets it past Futego. And Miko's just going to try to get this one out right away. Gets bumped. And Paco's going to keep this one right in the D-Stroyers half.
Good touch from Miko, though. But instantly is Drewski. This is awkward as anyone up. We see KM King. Last second, that's such a good touch from him. Not out of the woods yet, though. Futego putting this one to the corner. Drewski, again, we're seeing just high-flying action, spaced out, being extremely aggressive with their first man. I'd love to see just how much pressure they're putting on this team.
Yeah, a lot of pressure is all they really need right now. And Paco's just going to keep laying that pressure on. Bit of an unfortunate miss again coming out from Paco. And Drewski's going to hit this one, trying to go for the read off the wall. That would have been crazy. Pat Down's not going to read that one. It's going to bounce off the post. And Drewski's there right away to clear it.
Mr. Miko wasn't able to find this one. KM King now in toughness. They're stuck in the tough spot a little bit. Going to the sidewalk. Who's up for it early? It's going to be nobody. Do we see a double cap coming in? This should be a wide open target, but what a save. And it's still there. Drewski able to find it. I don't know how Spaced Out did not score.
Yeah, it looked to be like a very potent attack, but Futego just by the skin of his teeth able to get there for the save. This pat down's just gonna pass this up to Drewski, and Futego's gonna hit it out to pat down. We'll see what happens here. As pat down going for blood. He has so many demos this game. The clock's just ticking down. Space out. They're just trying to, chew clock and keep the ball out of their net.
It seems to be every single time we see KM King or a player going for a demo, going for something, but no one's going for the final shot. As we see a good chance here. Mr. Miko, this is going to drop straight down. No one's going to jump for it early, but I cannot read the backboard, unfortunately.
Yeah. I thought it was also going to go straight down, and it did not go straight down. One of those bounces that's very hard to read. Paco's just going to hit this one away. This one's standing right in front of the net. Miko's able to clear it out. They got 10 seconds to make or break this game.
This is going to be such a devastating loss if you're D-Stroyers, but spaced out again. A lot of one-goal games seems to be all they need as this drops down. It hits the floor and spaced out, clutching it here in Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, this series was so low scoring. We had 2 1-0 games in a row, and I think the last one before that was 2-1. Not a lot of goals, but the ones that were scored were very important.
I cannot believe how low of a scoring game that was. But hey, does not matter. Spaced out, came out clutch, 3-1 victory. Again, as the underdogs here.
Yeah, I mean, spaced out. They were really close last week. They just could not put it together. They lost all 3 games by 1 goal. They really showed that they wanted it this week.
Love it. Now we'll just be waiting for these guys to get in the waiting room. Do I actually have to tell these guys? Come on now. They can figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're starting to figure it out. All right, pat down's getting in. But anyways, as I was getting into this one, so first of all, I went 1 and 2 on predictions. A little sad on that one. But again, I think that this team in D-Stroyers, they had so many chances. I think they just had a really off night is what it comes down to.
Yeah, so many shots were so close and just weren't able to quite make it.
Oh.
All right, boys. Hello. How we feeling after the win here?
Feeling good.
I absolutely hype.
Would hope so. I saw the second that ball hit 0, Paco, you just screaming out on that one. Oh, but that one felt good. Was there any particular reason that you guys didn't want to score more than like 1 goal in any game, basically? It was just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Well, what can I say, man? D-Stroyers just has some pretty stinking good defense, and
your mic
just
died.
Pressure him.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I was gonna say, huh? It shouldn't be a problem. But no, D-Stroyers just had great defense, and I told the guys, and actually it was Pat Down's idea, if we just keep them at 1 goal and just hold it down, keep rotations in, keep pressuring them, and lock it down, like, we got this thing. And man, did that plan work.
I have to agree. It looks like Drewski died and left the caster set. Look, dude is like gone. He was
I think his PlayStation was struggling to connect, so maybe he'll be better now.
Oh, there we go.
I think he's back. Hello. Anyways, all right, pat down, Mr. The mastermind behind the strategy to win. How did you come up with that strategy? I'm curious if you looked at replays or something, or what was the plan going into that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Before the game, I'm in the esports room, and all my guys over there were teasing me because I have a 14% shooting percentage. And we kind of realized
we did as well on our end. So
that's fair. And like honestly, we realized we have a goal lead. Our defense is one of our strong suits. We feel confident enough that if we hold on to the same rotation for like 3 minutes or whatever it is, with clears in there and a little bit of offensive pressure, we can just play defense and we can see out the game. And that's what we did back to back to back there. It was a great strategy. The team did a really good job of implementing it. I don't know if we'll do that every game, but tonight it definitely worked.
I was going to say, I mean, you're definitely on a knife's edge on that one, but I mean, you cannot disagree that it did in fact work tonight. Drewski, going to you then. You were doing a lot of crazy high-flying action here. I was going to say, kind of being the third man of this one, what do you think your role is on this team, being as like aggressive and aerial basis you seem to be tonight?
I'm just kind of playing back, trying to read where the ball is going and just trying to judge position of my other teammates and stuff. But Paco and Pat kind of like, let them do their thing and kind of clean up where I can.
All right, I respect it. That seems to be a theme. Talking to a couple of third bands here, it's just like I just let my two teammates cook. I just sit back and kind of watch them and cheer them on. I'm like a spectator at that point, so I respect that. But Omega, what do you got for these boys here?
I was gonna say, Pat, I know you've been pretty fatigued. Did your night of not a lot of sleep impact your gameplay at all?
Honestly, I think it might have actually made me play better. It was one of those like second win things.
Oh yeah.
It worked out great, and I can't wait to crash on that bed that's right behind you.
To say, I do not recommend that to all you gamers out there. I know some of you crazy hooligans are up till like day. I know some of you guys are like up till 9 a.m. like playing games or whatever. I wake up from work and I still see like 3 or 4 people in the VC, and I just go, oh yeah, college. Can't relate anymore. But I'm old now. It's fine. I'm old.
Yeah, Gramps.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. But boys, you are back to 2-2 on the season. How do we feel momentum-wise and confidence-wise going into the latter half of the season here?
Well, okay, I'll say this for myself.
You're a hype guy. You take this.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so honestly, we knew going into this game, even though we dropped the first game, I told the guys, I said, "Yo, guys, we can beat this team." Like, all credit to Division D, they're a great, or Div D Destroyers, they're a great team. But just after that, we dropped that first game. I knew we could beat them. But momentum-wise, this is a good momentum shift for us because losing all 3 games to RL Dweven, that was kind of a hit to us, and didn't really like how that felt. And I had a feeling that tonight we'd bring it back. So
man says that losing is not fun. That's a great. A great thing. 10 out of 10. How did you pronounce their name? Because I think I've been doing it wrong as well all season. I don't know how to say their name.
Well, I think it's RL Dweven. Just put like a little French slang on there. RL Dweven. So maybe that's how it is.
Pigeons. I just call them the pigeons.
Pigeons.
I'm pretty sure that's what it translates to.
I like pigeons. Like I said, I have no idea. But either way, boys, huge congratulations on a fun, crazy game. Have fun watching the series back. My only request, every week, if we can just maybe whiff the ball 1% less each week, we all improve and makes us happy. Because
you got it, Casewell.
Yeah, do it for me. That's all I want. But either way, boys, huge congratulations and keep up the momentum. And we'll see you guys later in the weeks.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. See you soon, Omega. Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your winners spaced out on our last game of the night here. We have been live for 3 hours, literally like on the dot. It's been a very fun time. But like I said, we have Div B, we had Div C, now we got Div D. And Omega, did that series kind of go how you expected it all?
I mean, yeah, I predicted spaced out. I didn't think it was going to be such a low-scoring series, but I think it went my way, all things considered.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw Div Destroyers on stream one of the other weeks, and I was like, dang, this team is playing really, really good. They're connecting. And then, like I said, tonight, I think it was just rough. Like I said, in the cams, I saw a lot of frustration. So I think mentally, it was shocked. I think spaced out, we saw how much of kind of like an in-game leader in Paco, how much it can help a team go even after they dropped game 1. So massive props to those guys. But that's going to do it for us for the entire night. We have been live, like I said, for 3 hours. It is finally time to relax a little bit. You got any last things to say kind of for the stream before we call it a night here?
I was going to say, I just take it easy, have a good night, and catch us sometime this week. We should have some more streams. Should be a lot of fun action.
I'm going to hope that we're going to have some more streams this week. I know for a fact that we've been putting a lot of work into a lot of stuff. So please, check out the social medias. I know like our Twitter, we've been putting a lot of stuff out there. Instagram and stuff, all the bios, blah, blah, blah. Make sure, check out the website and blah, blah, blah. Keep up to date on everything. But with that being said, that is going to do it for tonight. So thank you everyone who has tuned in tonight. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the games. We're going to be live later this week. We've got so many more matches. So make sure you guys are followed and stay tuned for that. But with that, bid thee a farewell. And like I always say, it's 10:30. Homework's due at midnight. Make sure to get it done. This is your reminder. Get your homework done. I don't have to do it. So graduate college. It's fun. Got there eventually, but adios, everyone.